It's the Daily Doug.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Daily Doug. Thanks for being with me today. My friends, it's a Monday, it's the start of a new week, and I am pumped to get back into some metal music for a Metal Monday. We're going back to the band Disturbed on this edition of the program, and I'm happy that you are here. This is going to be my fifth video to include music by Disturbed, but it's going to be the first time that we're listening to one of their real classic early songs, and I'm really pumped to listen to this one. I started with them with their cover of Sound of Silence a few years ago, and that video continues to be our most popular. It's a great cover and a really iconic song, so it deserves all of those views. And since that time, I have heard Hold On to Memories, their cover of Sting's If I Ever Lose My Faith in You, and Don't Tell Me, which is a song that features Ann Wilson of Heart on vocals. Today, though, we're going back to Disturbed's beginnings with their song Down with the Sickness. And I'm excited. I've never heard this one. I've heard about it, but I've never heard this tune. This is the second single from their debut album, which was called The Sickness, and that was released in 2000. This is one of their best-known songs, and it is almost always included in their live concerts, usually at the end of their shows, and it was their very first single to be certified platinum. It might seem, though, like the band was getting this attention as an overnight success, but they honed their sound and art for several years before releasing this first album. They formed in 1994, and they're from Chicago, and they played, their own brand of hard rock and heavy metal, but at that time, Chicago was more into alternative rock, and so it was quite a struggle for Disturbed to get traction and a bit of a fan base during those mid-90s years. They ended up signing with Giant Records in the late 90s, and by that time, the music world was kind of shifting a little bit from alternative into more heavy stuff, and that played right into their style. They signed with Giant Records, and they turned their efforts to completing this first album, and the rest is history, y'all. We got David Draiman on vocals. Dan Donegan is on guitar and electronics. Steve Kamak is on bass guitar, and Mike Wingren is on drums and percussion. The radio edit, y'all, of this song, as I see here, is quite a bit shorter than the album version. So I am not going to be making use of the very popular music video that's available for this song, because it seems like it uses the shorter radio edit. I want to listen to the longer album version. So let's get to that, shall we? This is the album version, the uncensored album version of Down with the Sickness from Disturbed. Off we go. Ooh. There's an asymmetrical beat in there. Yes, can I feel that?
Oh, shit.
Oh, what was that? What is he doing? That is tribal. Hang on a second. We're not even into it. That's an interesting thing. It's almost like it's all on the breath, and he's using his epiglottis to stop and start the sounds. I could go or right? And it's all from here. It's all on the breath. So he's not messing with his vocals or his chords. He's just that's fascinating to me. He should have been in Tarzan. That would have been a great little Tarzan. That's awesome. I'm gonna back it up again. Actually, let's go to the very beginning. I need to hear that again, and then that'll give us some good momentum into the verse. Here we go. So give me a chance also to see if I can figure out the meter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 6. Just in 4.
Oh, shit.
2 and 3, 4. It's just syncopated.
Oh,
That's so interesting. It's the frigid nature of what they're doing harmonically that's also got my brain going. Call and response.
Drowning deep in my sea of loathing, broken, your servant died.
Are they tuned down? That's an E flat.
It seems what's left of my human side is slowly changing in me. Will you give it to me? Looking at my own reflection, when suddenly it changes, violently it
He's such a great
changes.
vocalist. Erotic vocalist.
There's
no turning back now. You've woken up the demon in me.
Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness.
What a great hook.
And then never wanna make. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You must not get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You fuck, get up, come on, get down with the sickness.
A little bit of guitar in there.
Has been given to me. I can see inside you the sickness is rising. Don't try
inside
to
you the sickness
deny
is
what
rising.
you feel.
Not sure whose point of view we're hearing
It
from.
seems that all that was good has died and is decaying.
Seems that all that was good has died and is decaying in me.
It seems you're
Not happy
having some
with how things are
trouble
going.
in dealing with these changes, living
vocals.
with these changes. Now the world is a scary place.
The world is a scary place. Now that you've woken up this demon. Why'd you wake up the demon?
Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down
Phrygian
with the
mode.
sickness.
It's got a half step up.
And then never run to me. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You must not get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You fucker, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Madness is the gift.
Madness is the gift that has been given to me. Hello. They went up to F. That's an F. Back down. There's a tritone in there.
Don't do it again. Don't do it again. I'll be a good boy. I'll be a good boy. I promise. No, mommy, don't hit me. I never hit me like that, mommy. Don't do it. I am to be such a bitch. Why don't you? Why you just fuck up and die? Why can't you just fuck up and die? Why can't you just leave here and die?
Jesus.
Never stick your hand in my face again, bitch. Fuck you. I don't need this shit. You stupid, sadistic, abusive fucking whore. But you like to see how it feels, mommy. Here it comes, get ready to die.
Here it comes, get ready to die. Shit. And they're in that same group, but they're up in F now.
Oh, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness.
You gotta get up or come down. Either way, you're getting down with the sickness. You cannot avoid it.
Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You fucking get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Madness has now come over me.
And the song just ends. And that's the longer version of that. Wow. Okay, there's some stuff in here, friends. Woo! First of all, that was a little bit tricky to figure out what key they were in because he just keeps going on and around this, but they keep using flat 2. whether they were in E flat or in F, they're using flat 2 and the tritone above that note, and it gives it an unstable nature to it. That lowered second scale degree, which we find in Phrygian mode. Basically, it's a minor scale, but they lower the second scale degree. And if they're making use of that lowered fifth a lot, it's almost like it's in Locrian mode, which has both a lowered second and a lowered fifth. And that's way unstable to put together. So kudos to the band for making that fly as well as they did. That was a really cool riff. And the vocals were out of this world, y'all. And I've been very impressed with David Draymond's vocals before. So that's something I was expecting. You know, this middle section, I read about this controversial segment to this song, and it portrays a child being physically abused by his mother. Okay, so we're going to be talking about abuse here, but metaphorically, I think. The child is being abused and then ends up retaliating. How would you like to see how it feels, Mommy? It's in the lyrics. It's crazy stuff. So the band has stated that they are not talking about literal abuse here. Rather, it's a metaphor, which makes me feel a little bit better because holy crap, y'all, that section, no, Mommy, don't do it again. Don't do it again. I'll be a good boy. I'll be a good boy, I promise. Why did you have to hit me like that, Mommy? Don't do it. You're hurting me. Why did you have to be such a bitch? And then it keeps going and going and going until the kid just retaliates, right? So the band is talking about this not as a literal bit of abuse, thankfully. It's a metaphor. And David Draymond explained that this psychodrama in the song is merely inspired by a bit of personal history and not a literal journal of his own tortured upbringing, right? So his quote is, "I'm really talking about the conflict between the mother culture of society, who is beating down the child who is yearning for independence and individuality." So the mommy in this is society itself, the mother culture that is passing on culture and the way things are, I guess, to someone who is young and coming up in this system, and they're yearning for independence and individuality. And the mother, in this case, society, is continually just seeming to gaslight this young and growing and learning individual and trying to convince them to conform, maybe, to society's sickness or be cast aside and left behind. Like, you got to get with us. We're already sick, so you got to be sick with us. That's what I'm thinking that they're pointing out here. And when this gaslighting and trauma gets to be a bit too much to take in, the people, in this case the child, but people will rebel. They're going to fight back. They're going to understand that what's being presented to them isn't a reality that makes any sense. And they're like, why can't we do this? And there's tension there, right? There's tension and conflict. Holy buckets, y'all. The language in this song is quite pointed, isn't it? And I think that this section, especially the one with the mother and the child, the metaphorical mother and child, is the section that got cut out of the radio version of the song. I think that's why there's such a discrepancy in the length of the song. You know, you could get the down with the sickness without all of that stuff in the middle of it on the radio, right? But you listen to the album version and you get a little bit deeper into the world of Alice in Wonderland here. We're going deeper down, to see how far the rabbit hole goes. And do we take the blue pill or the red pill, y'all? What are y'all's sensibilities of this song? I think most of y'all have maybe heard this song. You've lived with it for many years. What are your reactions to this song? How do you think How does it make you feel? What do you think that he's talking about? Do you think I'm on the right track? I was blown away by the power of the band. You know, the covers and the other stuff from them that I've heard is great, more melodic, which shows you that they can do several different levels of heaviness in their music. They even showed it in that really great cover of The Sound of Silence, going a little more melodic and then going a little grittier and tougher. And David's got that ability, even that, wow, that's crazy that he starts us off that way. And what a sound vocally for us to tune into, both from the instruments and from the voice. I'm really taken by that tune, y'all. It's intense, but it was really interesting, especially all of that lowered second stuff. I need to hear it again at some point and see if I can find out more about what they were doing harmonically. But I think that's going to do it for me today for this review, y'all. I think we got most of it, and I enjoyed the ever-living crap out of that. Down with the Sickness by Disturbed, starting off our week with the Metal Monday. This has been fun, y'all, to dive into this tune. It's great to get back to Disturbed. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on another edition of The Daily Doug.